at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I cannot tell you how very pleased and honored I am to be standing here today with this great backdrop behind me, and so honored that all of you are here today. So I'd like to first start by thanking every veteran who is out there with us today. Thank you so much for your service to our country. Thank you, thank you. A Vietnam vet named John DeWitt had a vision, and with the help of Jerry Haver and Norris Shears, today, you bear witness to the fruition of his convictions. This is truly American spirit at work. It's beautiful. It's a half-size replica of the DC Monument. The first showing of the moving wall was in Tyler, Texas in October 1984. And for 32 years, this traveling memorial has been manned by volunteers who dedicate their time to bring this part of American history to all of us.
Detail, stand up. Freestand, up.
Thank you for your service and all that you provided then. You came home like veterans before you, and you helped make this country a better country than it is. You made the state a better state than it was before, and you've made your communities better than what they were. So you continue to give. You know, Vietnam was a war that was fought in a far-off land many hadn't even heard of before they got orders to go there. Our servicemen and women were in a battle at a time when the United States was protesting war. You didn't necessarily come back as heroes. You didn't have the ticker tape parades. You didn't have the homecomings and the send-offs that we have today for the guys that get mobilized. It was different.
Unlike previous wars, and the most recent ones in Afghanistan and Iraq, our Vietnam veterans did not come home to a grateful nation. Their return was not marked with welcome home parades and a formal recognition for your service. Their families endured the hardship of separation, and in many cases, the loss of a loved one, without the support from your communities or your nation. Our wounded returned home with injuries and scars that were theirs alone, and they dealt with these remnants of war without the popular outpouring of assistance that we see today.
I'm really, really, really very proud to have the wall displayed out front. I'm very proud to have all the veterans in this room tonight. I'll try not to get emotional. So, tonight is really for all of you. It's a time for camaraderie, it's a time for reflection, and hopefully a time for some peace. I know sometimes visiting the wall for Vietnam veterans can be a very emotional, very moving thing. And I think that's part of the reason that it is displayed 24 hours. For those who find it difficult, they can come in the middle of the night, it's quiet, and have their own time, their own emotional healing. I truly pray that many vets from the area will get up here, get to see the wall, and have that moment that they need. Washington, D.C. is a long ways away, and this moving wall is a phenomenal thing for our country. And again, I'm just very honored that we were able to get it here.
You may have noticed this table centered to draw your attention to its special purpose. It is reserved to honor our missing comrades in arms. Set for 6, the empty places represent Americans still missing from our 5 service branches: Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, Coast Guard, and civilian. This honor ceremony symbolizes that they are with us here in spirit. Some here in this room were very young, some perhaps not yet born when the Vietnam War began. However, no American should ever forget the brave men and women who answered our nation's call to serve and serve the cause of freedom in a special way. I would like to ask you to stand and remain standing for a period of silent prayer while the honor guard places the 5 service covers and the civilian cap on each empty plate. Please be seated. The table itself, I would like to explain the meaning of the items on this special table. The table itself is round to show our everlasting concern for our missing comrades. Remember, the tablecloth is white to symbolize the purity of their motives when they answered the call to service. Remember, the single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the life of each missing American. To symbolize our continuing determination to account for all of our missing. Remember, a slice of lemon on the bread plate reminds us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. Remember, a pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who continue to seek answers. Remember, the Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. Remember, the glass is inverted, symbolizing their inability to share in this evening's toast. Remember, the chairs are empty. They are missing. Remember, let us now raise our water glasses in a toast to honor America's POW MIAs and to our efforts to account for all of them. Remember,
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Lastly, I want to thank the Vietnam-era veterans who came to view the wall and to be welcomed home. We were able to recognize over 204 of you with lapel pins. No one said when you began your military careers that your service would be so hard or leave so many scars. And so at this time I say, on behalf of a grateful nation, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard, the great state of Iowa, Palo Alto County, the staff of the Wild Rose, and me, your friendly neighborhood Director of Veterans Affairs, welcome home and thank you for your service.
58,000 voices silently screaming from within this wall. 58,000 voices that bravely gave their all. A gasp, a sigh, a little moan, all carried in the wind, gently whispering their wishes and thoughts from within. For our country we cared, we even fought. Let those that wavered have justice brought. For them that protested and to other nations went, be tried for treason and away be sent. Our lives were spent so others could be free, while some resisted and thought their ideals should be. Remember us, America. We gave our all. We were your children. These voices within this wall. 58,307 brave men, women, and even children. There's a 15-year-old on the wall. Many 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, all age groups, all fought, all served, all paid the greatest cost. It has been an incredible honor to bring the wall here, to put it up, to see so many proud veterans, either from the Vietnam era, from the Gulf War, World War II, Korean. We've seen them all. It's been a really honorable, humbling experience. When you look at a butterfly, you see her grace and eloquence. And much like a butterfly, we encounter turns, shifts, and conditions that cause us to morph into ever finer beings. At our journey's end, we are inevitably changed, not all the same as when we started. Our only guarantee is the journey. We must make our way in faith, accept the change that comes, and emerged, transformed as brilliantly as the butterfly. A butterfly lights beside us like a sunbeam, and for a brief moment, its glory and beauty belong to our world. But then it flies on again. And although we wish it could have stayed, we feel blessed to have seen it. May their freedom in flight today represent hope and peace to the many veterans who visited the wall on their journey. God bless you all, and God bless America.